Your record this far into the season, exactly as it was last year at this time, going into the game, it was the same as last year. Denny had some issues at times last year where and now he's starting to wake up. Does this remind you at all of last year? Does this feel like a rerun, or are there so many different things that it's totally different?
Every team is different. Every roster you build, every journey is different. But to be very honest with you, it seems like one season rolls into the next. It seems like a long 3.5-year marathon. So in those regards, we are always trying to be competitive and always trying to win games, as many as possible. So I don't really track. To be honest, I have not looked at the table all season long, and I won't until another couple months. That doesn't really become relevant until later. We just try to win as many games as possible for now.
Does it take time, though, to warm up, to get guys playing with each other? Is it fair to say, sorry, is it fair to say 13 games in the season, now you're starting to get comfortable and that's when you would take off?
Things happen along the way, so yes and no to your answer. I think that's different for every team, different for every season. Sometimes, if you take last season, for example, I think we had a really good start to the season, and then we had, I have to be careful what I say, an interesting outing in Salt Lake City. And that kind of threw us off balance a little bit for a couple of weeks. But we were really in really good form prior to that. And so things happen. So I don't think you can put a number of games on. I think there are moments that teams need to kind of come together. And this season, we've seen a lot of ups and downs, some very convincing performances and some really poor ones. And I would say for the past 5 weeks now, we've been on a very good path, very consistent. Guys are doing the little things right again. And I think you're seeing that in the performances, first and foremost, and the results. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Steve, 4-0 tonight. Would you say that this is the most complete performance, best 90 minutes you've seen from the team so far this season? Yeah,
I'd say this and the Columbus game at home. Those two were similar in intensity, similar in the seriousness our players had about them. Tonight, we had more chances created, I'd say, and a good goal called back, which was not offsides.
David Martinez's goal was good for you?
Not for me, for anybody who looked at the TV.
Starting Cengiz Ünder and Jeremy Bobasi, just speak about their performances tonight and how they really seem to, especially Cengiz, seem to set the pace from the very beginning through an hour.
Yeah, Cengiz is a bright spot in the opponent's half for sure. He's always available. He can wiggle out of 1v1 situations, which you carry that numerical advantage onto the next and eventually onto Denis on the far side of the pitch, which is something we work on. To get him in 1v1 situations in the final third approaching the opponent's box. If we can consistently do that a couple times per half and call it 10 times per game, we're going to win games. And so we were happy with him. And Jeremy, I think it was quiet before his goal. Did the hard work for us, started our press, starts our defensive work. He never cheats. And then scored a good goal. And I think, look, if a 9 can do that, then he's done his job. And so, yeah, I think overall quiet night for him, but just had one chance earlier, great ball from Cengiz. First touch got away from him in the box. If he can do better there, then we're talking about a really good game from him. But not missing by much. But again, he is still trying to find his form after a longer injury.
Coach, congrats on the win. Just curious on Artem Smolyakov's starts today and puts up basically 90 minutes. What have you seen from him since he arrived here? And could you touch upon just what it is to just change the environment that he was to LA, right? How does he handling everything outside of the field?
First of all, Artem's performance tonight was great. We're very happy for him. His last outing was against Seattle, I think. It was his last start. Didn't have a great start to the game, but ended up okay. Tonight was really convincing on both ends of the field. That is a player that has a very bright future at LAFC for sure. His transition has been fine. I think normal. These are two different worlds right now colliding with one another. So I think he's better equipped to answer that than I am. But from what I can tell, that his transition has been fine. He's learning English at a rapid pace. I'm seeing a lot of smiles from him, and tonight should help out as well.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Congrats on the win. You're going to face LA Galaxy on Sunday. It's a team that has not been doing well this season. What is the team's mentality moving towards that game?
Yeah, for us, we have those games. I think you have to just completely scratch the performances prior to those games. These games are special. These games are always exciting, always intense, and I expect exactly that this weekend, and we'll prepare for that. I don't think there's anything that happened prior to this game that is going to help us, nor did anything prior to this game is it going to help them. So this game is completely isolated from the rest of the season, as most derbies are. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, right now it's about rest and recovery, and we will find the right mix of guys and the right tactics to try to win an away game.
I know you weren't here last year, but does it feel like the team has started? I mean, the team had the same start last year. It took them a while to gel. Do you feel like you're starting to gel now? Do you feel it took you a little while for everyone to get on the same page?
Yeah, I think anytime that you go through an off season where some of the core members, move on and you bring on a lot of new guys, there's going to be, ups and downs. And, I think we got a lot out of the early part of the season, even if we didn't get all the results that we wanted. And now what you're starting to see is hopefully a sustained run of form where guys can come in and out of the lineup and know what's expected of us and hopefully get 3 more points, not just tonight, but in the games to come. We've got a busy slate with, Galaxy on the weekend and then Montreal and some important games after that. So, I think hopefully it's the beginning of a nice entry into the summer.
Jeremy, you got to start tonight alongside Cengiz, so you guys get in the lineup with Denny, and all 3 of you scored tonight. Through the 90 minutes, did it feel like the entire team had the foot down on the gas? That's what it felt like watching. Did it feel like that from your perspective as well?
Well, we knew that a Wednesday game at home, the way in which they approached the game as well with some of the rotations, it was a big opportunity to get 3 points, build some momentum after, not being able to close out the game on the weekend and look ahead to the next game. So, yeah, we wanted to start fast. I thought we had some good pressing moments and some good opportunities in the first few minutes of the game that, didn't bounce our way. But ultimately, the first goal did go our way, and we didn't let up after that. So, complete performance, I thought. To keep a clean sheet is always good. It's the result of, not just the back line and the goalkeeper, but the whole system that we're working on defensively and really validating that. And then 4 goals, getting those late goals, they're just confidence boosters for everyone involved. So really happy for y'all to get that first goal with LAFC. He's been working really hard to get these opportunities, and he made a lot out of that one.
Can you walk us through your goal? It was a great ball from Igor Jesus, who also made the play on the ball to sort of free it up to create that opportunity. Were you running the moment? Did you see him? How did that come together?
Yeah, well, first of all, Igor's a machine, so if someone's in his area and he has the opportunity to win the ball, he's going to win it, and that allows you to prepare for what comes next, whether he needs someone to come to and help alleviate some of that pressure. But for me, what I saw was that their back line was very high, their team was pretty spread, and particularly the guy marking me was like 10, 15 yards inside of our half. So I knew that if I just got behind him, Igor has the quality and the vision to put that ball into space. And, from my angle, it was pretty close. I thought that the center back might actually be able to make a play on the ball. So it affected kind of my line of sight and what I saw. But once you're running, and the defender's trying to catch up, it presents a lot of opportunities, whether you want to take it strong on the left side and, try and hold him off, or whether you want to try and get back on the right side. You just know that it's you two in a lot of space, and you have to make the right decision to execute.
Hey, congrats on your goal. With the team's current form, how excited are you to play the derby on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's obviously always exciting to be able to play your rival. I was part of some really special rivalries like Portland, Seattle, and now to be a part of this LAFC, LA Galaxy rivalry is going to be special. We know that they're not having the best start to the year, but having been on the other side where the season's not going my way and my team's way, we look at these kinds of games as ways to kickstart our season. So I know that that's going to be an opportunity for them, and we don't want to be a part of that story. We want to go there, take what we learned tonight, take the confidence that we have, and really put our foot down there too, because it's going to be hostile, it's going to be difficult. We know that we're going to get 110% out of them, but we're also going to put a good foot forward and come away with 3 points, make the club and fans happy.
Daniel, go ahead.
¿Qué tal, Jeremy? Felicitaciones por tu gol. Quería preguntarte, ¿qué descripción le das a este partido? En el marcador se ve muy fácil, 4-0, pero aparentemente hasta ahorita es la actuación más sólida ofensivamente de LAFC. ¿Cómo lo viste tú dentro y fuera de la cancha en un conglomerado, sobre todo en general?
I missed part of that, but I think I got it. Bueno, el partido era una oportunidad de ganar 3 puntos contra un equipo que sabemos ellos nos mataron en la primera parte de la temporada. Entonces queríamos meter nuestro mejor esfuerzo y mostrar nuestra calidad. Era un partido un poco cerrado por 45 minutos, solo 1-0, pero cuando tenemos calidad y hacemos los goles, entonces el partido se abre un poco más y hay más oportunidades para jugadores de demostrar lo que podemos hacer. Entonces era un partido muy completo, yo pienso. Es algo que trabajamos muchísimo durante la semana, que todo está listo, y es lo que todos vieron en ese partido hoy. Cambiábamos un poco el equipo, pero no cambiamos el ritmo, y ahora toda nuestra energía es para domingo, que será un partido muy difícil contra un equipo que está en un momento un poco difícil también, pero sabemos que ellos ven eso como una oportunidad de decir de cambiar su temporada. Entonces tenemos que recuperar, mirar el partido, aprender y ir por más.
No, I think it was super good to just get some minutes under my belt. I haven't played in a while, and especially to get the win at home, a good 4-0 win. I think it's an amazing feeling. It gives us good momentum to go into our game on Sunday.
Yeah, again, first goal for LAFC. Congratulations. What'd you see on that? Is that just one of those moments where things go your way, or how did you finish that goal?
Yeah, thank you. I think the team has been playing really, really well, these couple games, and we go into this game, we knew it's going to be a good game, and the players that started played really, really well, so there were so many chances in the game, so I kind of felt like any moment anybody can score, and I think it was just my moment that I scored, so, yeah.
This is now 6 unbeaten for you guys. Does it feel like the momentum is building, that things are starting to click in this moment? Both of you could speak to that, please.
Yeah, I think we had a great result away, and then we beat on that. And like Frankie said, there's a lot of games coming up, and we're taking game by game. And I think we've been doing really well, and also we've been training really well as well. There's been a lot of competition in the team, and that is pushing everybody. And you could say anybody can come on the pitch and make a difference, and that's what the team is, So we keep on that, and we get a win.
Yeah, I think it's been very good. Just like you both said, the competition. I mean, you could see everybody coming off the bench made a big impact, and the starters too played really well. And I mean, it's good to have competition and keep each other pushing, and we have a lot of games, so it's going to be very helpful to have everybody ready to compete and ready to play in the games.
Congrats for the win. This is more so for Frankie. Being that you're a player that is from here, the upcoming derby. What does it mean to you, and are you excited to be playing in it on Sunday? Sorry.
Yeah, I think, I mean, you see it just being in the league. I think it's amazing derby. I think it has a lot of hype around it, and the games are always good. They're always close, a lot of intensity, and to be part of the first one, for me, I think it's very exciting. And obviously, I grew up here and watching the Galaxy for many years, and to play against them is always a good feeling, especially because I'm here, and yeah, I'm really excited to play, and I think the team's ready.
Frankie, as Josh said, 6 unbeaten in a row. You've been around soccer a long time. I know it's the first to start with LAFC, but when a team is building that momentum, does it start to feel like you're going downhill? Like, I don't want to say it gets easier, but you just get so confident that, when things start going your way, that it just gets much easier.
No, I don't think it gets easier. I think we have a good team, and I think we work hard day in and day out. Everybody's pushing each other. Everybody, you see it at training. They're good competitive trainings, and there's competition. I don't think it gets easier. And I mean, the way we train is the way we play, and we've been playing really, really good. Some results haven't gone our way, but we're working and getting better.
Anything else from either of you? Coming off the Vancouver match, Steve talked a lot about the small details, especially coming out of like a low block and breaking counter pressure. Did any of that factor into what you guys did tonight, or did other small details really work for you that you've been working on specifically? Are there any sort of examples of that, about why the success happened the way it did tonight?
For me, I think it just depends on the opponent. Every opponent is different style, different philosophy, and we knew that they are a good team, and of course they won a away game against us, and we knew that we're going to go all in. And of course we've been working on to go all in every game, but of course, especially playing at home, we have the fans, behind us, and also picking up form from previous games, doing really well. It built our confidence really much well, and then to just go all in and get a win, because we want to climb up the table, and there's no time yet. We are getting to the middle of the season, and we just have to keep going and keep winning and playing well.
We have one on Zoom.
Okay, Daniel, go ahead.
¿Qué tal, Frankie? Felicitaciones por el inicio tuyo como por primera vez en el cuadro titular. ¿Ves esta decisión del coach Steve Cherundolo como un voto de confianza hacia tu trabajo que has mostrado en los entrenamientos? ¿Y qué te parece el acoplamiento que has tenido con el resto de los compañeros?
No, pues sí, creo que me da mucha confianza. Pues ya tengo mucho tiempo sin jugar tantos minutos, y pues sí me estoy sintiendo muy bien en la práctica, en los partidos, y creo que pues me da mucha confianza nomás de ser jugador de LAFC, y yo creo que lo voy a usar para mejorar y dar todo para el equipo, y creo que el equipo está mejorando muy rápido, y estamos brincando en la tabla, y pues sí vamos en buen camino, y estamos listos para el domingo contra Galaxy.
Por último, ¿cómo ves esta oportunidad de ti de acoplarte en esta etapa donde pues se llega casi a la mitad de temporada y donde puede ser crucial, no solamente como tú dices, llegar a los playoffs, sino también el que Steve Cherundolo sepa que cualquier jugador puede contribuir? Gracias.
No, pues sí, yo me siento muy bien, pues vine en préstamo y ya estaba listo para jugar. Creo que por eso me vine, para sumar minutos y otra vez jugar, porque pues ya tiene mucho tiempo sin jugar, y sí, pues creo que el objetivo es para brincar la tabla y para los playoffs. Creo que el LAFC es un equipo que pues compite para trofeos, y siempre estamos compitiendo ahí. Es un equipo muy completo y siempre están en finales, en semifinales, y por eso vino para ganar trofeos y competir.